this point in my life, it's convenient for me to date a married man. Very convenient. I don't think I'm destroying anybody's home because their husband is...
What? Bro, what are you talking about?
Husband is my supposed boyfriend. That's not my business. You meet married men that 6 months, 3 months, they don't have sex at home. But they want to you every day. They come to their...
Bruh. Okay.
Come to their girlfriend's house. They want, as they enter, they want just they do. But at home, there is nothing. So how you go? So that's my fault that you're not having fun at home, and that you can have that fun with me 1,000,000 times in a day if you so wish. You will always come to me.
Once the man is married,
Yes.
he should be out of bounds.
For who?
How is it
Life
your
is
fault?
preference, right? I like to date married men. You cannot date married men. Let me do what works for me. Primary thing that keeps that man coming back is the sex. It's not anything else. I'm going to go into sex a little bit.
Tell me more, mommy.
Wow.
Wow.
That was... Wow.
Wow.
It's crazy. There's people out there that really have this mentality. Like,
Yep. See?
what was this thing?
God mad in the background. He pissed at what she talking
Thunder
about.
and everything.
Yep, he mad.
How she feel? Like, she says she's not destroying. She said what did she say? The first line she said?
I'm not destroying their relationship, or I'm
Yeah.
not destroying marriages. That had nothing to do with me.
Sis, just stop.
Stop it.
Stop lying to yourself.
Just stop lying to yourself.
Lying to yourself.
Just lying.
Lying to yourself.
How? How, Sway?
How, Sway?
Just because you are fulfilling a area where the husband's wife may not be feeling, to your knowledge, because who knows, he could just be lying to you.
Ooh.
You don't even know that.
Big facts.
Okay? Not for real, unless you there, like in the bedroom.
Right.
You know, so it's just like,
He could be lying.
like, it's just wrong on so many levels.
Oh
like,
my
I don't even know
gosh.
where to begin. She's like, what she say? She was like, oh, that doesn't work for you. You can't date married men.
But I can't, because life is about preference. If you think that life is about
life is about
preference,
choices. And yeah, you can choose to do that. You absolutely can. You also gonna take them consequences that come with it as well.
yo, one day some woman is gonna whoop yo.
Bruh. She better watch out.
Yo, some lady gonna roll up on you, because you know all wives are not gonna be like sitting there thinking it through, like, oh, you know what, it's not even your fault, I'm not even mad at you, he's the one who made the commitment to me, so I'm not even upset. It's gonna be a woman that you gonna cross. You're gonna be like, no, I blame that chick.
Especially if she find out, she see this interview that's your preference, that you looking for married men. It's one thing if you get involved with somebody and you don't know that they're married and your feelings get all up in it and everything like that. That's one thing. But when you're looking for that.
See, this is what happens when a
Bruh.
304 knows that they are 304. Like, they just move different, because she, like, the first thing she started talking about was the physical intimacy between the husband and wife that she perceives to be lacking.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? Most of the time with her situations, if the guy's cheating, it probably is. It just probably not all the time. Mm-hmm. But that should also be almost alarm to women in general, mm-hmm. that there is a responsibility on that side of it where you have to be concerned about your physical relationship mm-hmm. with your husband. Guys, you have to be concerned about your physical relationship with your wife, because one thing is happening is women are becoming a lot more aware of themselves. They're not holding themselves back as much. So mm-hmm. there are more women who are yearning that type of connection with their husbands. Mm-hmm. On a greater degree than they used to, because they used to be a lot more demure, a lot more reserved. Mm-hmm. Now they just sort of out and they just telling the man, look, bruh, I need you to come on in here, bruh, and do what you got to do, bro. I'm sitting, I'm scratching, I'm feeding, bros. So it's you're getting a lot more of that. So I think that it's fair to say that on both sides that you have to be aware and locked in mm-hmm. with the person that you're married to, and make sure that those needs are being met within reason. There has to be compromises made. And there are more relationships happening now where it's compromised. The guy is going to have to, you might not be able to work so many overtime shifts. You might not be able to do your 80 hours. And also be aware, if you get into a relationship with a guy who has his own business or who is highly successful, he's probably putting in 80 hours. Are you okay not getting that time? Like, there are other ideas concerning intimacy that have to be discussed in that situation. And every situation is different. So it's hard to just give a blanket statement as to what every person has to do specifically, because we're living in a world that is overly sexualized, guys. We know this. I don't know why we deny it, but we do. So if that's what's being pushed in the faces of people who are visually stimulated, being men, and you just go, oh, just control yourself. It's just like if you're somebody who has issues saying no to sugar, and every time you walk outside the house, somebody's like, want a cupcake? No? Okay. How about a cake? No? Okay. How about a pie? No? Okay. How about a Marital? No? Okay. How about I need you guys to do me a favor.
What's that?
I need you to hit that like button. I need you to hit that subscribe button. I need you to hit the notification buttons. I need you to hit all the buttons. Thank you.
Yes.
We're so insensitive to the needs of each other. And we're so selfish because we only think about what we need from a relationship that we don't want to step down and be like, look, if my husband needs this, I need to be concerned with scratching that itch for him. It may not be as much as he wants it, but whatever my thing is and whatever his thing is, we need to meet in the middle so that he can have control over a certain part of it and I can handle the other part. Because one of the reasons that it's given in the Bible that it's okay for you to get married for is to avoid fornication, which means that there is a responsibility there and it doesn't say for men or for women in the Bible, by the way. In that particular verse, when they're saying you can get married to avoid fornication, it is a blanket statement to both men and women. So even the Bible acknowledges that this is an issue that humans are going to run into.
Right.
The walls cometh for all of us. As you gonna be ready or you just gonna get ran over.
Word.
That's what it is. Anyway, we gotta acknowledge that this is a part of marriage.
Right.
And stop trying to shame people out of it because we don't feel like it. That is selfish. Period. And it don't matter if it's the husband or the wife that I'm talking to. Because usually we have a strong objection to things like this when we don't want to do it. It ain't got nothing to do with the other person, nor do we care. We talking.
Can y'all hear the thunder?
You got anything you want to add on your side? I mean, I know that wasn't exactly the most complicated clip, but
Hey, I mean, I feel like I already said it. Like, you tripping.
Yo.
Like, for real, because you... See, here's the kicker. When she becomes... Because she looks relatively young. When she becomes of a certain age, okay, and she decides, you know what? I want to settle down. You know, she may want to have some kids, maybe not. Who knows? But she probably want to get to the point where she wants to settle down. Is she going to be okay with someone like herself getting with her husband or her long-term boyfriend or what have you once she gets to the point where she wants to settle down? Because right now she's saying that it works for her because she don't want to have to deal with the commitment. She don't want to have to deal with the responsibility of actually being someone's wife. So she just wants to be able to take the fun aspect of it because she knows, like, well, if I'm providing the walls, then, you know, I'm going to be able to, you know, be wined and dined and this, that, and the other. And I don't have to worry about, you know, catering to him on a day-to-day basis, taking care of him when he's sick and all this other kind of stuff. But it's going to come to a point because we all get old. Nobody stays young forever. And you're going to get tired of that. That's just nature. I wonder if she's going to be okay with somebody like herself when she hit 40, 50, maybe take her a little bit longer, who knows, 50 years old or something like that, and she want to settle down.
Or just she finds the guy that is so, like, he just right. Like, whatever it is she likes, he just hits all of the things.
Yeah.
And she wants him to herself. And she can't have him to herself because a bunch of women like her are doing what she's doing.
Yep.
No, she's probably not going to be okay with it.
It's called them consequences because it's going to come back to bite her hard.
That was wild.
Yeah.
That was wild.
People can choose what they want to do, but
Yeah.
they act like in this life that they're not going to deal with consequences.
Yeah.
She going to get them consequences. One way or the other, she going to get them.
Yep.
Whether somebody lay hands on her or it's because later on in life when she gets to the point where she actually wants to settle down, yeah.
Yeah.
Because God don't like ugly, especially when you're dealing with marriage.
Yeah.
That's a holy institution that God actually brought together, that he put out there on the table. And when you mess with his institution like that on purpose, yeah.
So look, like I said, this is not to condone the person cheating out.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because
they have videos on our channel where we talk about them too.
Yeah.
But on this particular video, it's about the other person and the mentality, like her type of mentality, which is not something I hear very often, which is why it's shocking when you do hear it. A lot of times it's just like, you know, when it happens from the perspective of the other person, if they haven't been lied to as well, a lot of times it'll be like, they developed a friendship, one thing led to another, and then they can't even believe that they're in a situation with the person, you know what I'm saying? And they know that this person has a wife or a husband or something like that. And they're just like, oh my gosh, I don't believe I did this. So sometimes it do sneak up on you. Sometimes the walls sneak up on you. You know, I acknowledge that. And I also acknowledge that we can't take the fault away from the person who was cheating because they're the one who made the commitment.
Right.
So they are the main one at fault, for sure. You know, in a lot of these situations, we want everything to be black and white. But the reality is there's plenty of blame to pass around. And we're just making sure that she gets her slice.
And if you guys made it this far in the video, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, turn on your post notifications so that way YouTube knows that you appreciate what we're putting down.
What we're putting down. That was a lot of PMs. We're putting down. All right, y'all. That was it for this video. It was somewhat short and sweet. You good?
I'm good.
And we good.
Peace. Hey, everybody. Down in the description, there are 2 links.
One is to a GoFundMe, and the other one is to a video that explains what the GoFundMe is for. Long story short, we have a medical situation with our daughter that we have to pay for everything out of pocket, and we can really use you guys' help. If you have the time, we'd love for you to go check it out. If you have the money, the funds, we'd love for you guys to help. If not, maybe you could send a link to somebody else who can help. We thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Peace.
Press the off button.